Alright guys, welcome again to Algovritti, and in this video we are going to see the long-term performance for the given stock and then compare their annually return with respect to Nifty. So by end of this video you will have this table where we have calculated the annually return by using their historical data for the past 10 years, and then we will also see how to calculate the CAGR over the past 10 years for each stock. So such analysis give you a good idea of which stock has consistently delivered a decent return. Alright, so without doing any further delay, now let's come to our IDE. As you can see here, I have imported require packages to get the historical data and then created a Python list in which I have taken only those stocks which are in Nifty since last 10 years. As you can see here, I have mentioned this .ns suffix with each stock name, which indicate these stocks are listed in NFC exchange. Because we are going to download historical data using yfinance library, so the indication of exchange are also required. In the same way, this NSCI indicate NSC index, which is nothing but Nifty 15. So along with these stocks, we will also get the historical data for Nifty. After this, I have created a start date at 1st of January 2014 and end date as 30th of June 2025. Okay. And then I have created an empty data frame as stock TF to store the required result. Alright, now to get the historical data for all these stocks, we need to iterate this list. So let me write a for loop like for stock in stock list, and then to get the historical data, let me call download method from yfinance library, and then pass this stock value, then start value as start date, then this end value as end date. Let me give here a print statement so that we are aware for which stock we are getting the historical data. Okay, fetching history data for stock. Now this line will return a data frame which has columns like open, high, low and close. But here for our analysis we required only closing value which are in the close column. So let me extract that close column only from this data frame and store it into our stock DF. So I am going to write here stock DF and want to give column name as stock name, and then to get the close column only, let me pass here close. And finally, let me add a delay of 1 second here so that we should not exceed our API limit. It will send only one request per second. Alright, now let me run this line of code and show you. Okay, as you can see here, we are getting the historical data for each stock. Okay, because there are 20 plus stocks, so it will take some time to complete the execution. As you can see, we are getting the data for one by one. Like this is for Nifty, then Cipla, then this is Hero Motocorp, then NTPC, and so on. Okay, it will take one by one stock from this list and do the execution to get the historical data. Now our execution is completed and we have all the closing value in this stock DF. Okay, as you can see here, we have a column name. This is for Nifty. Then we have HDFC Bank, Hindalco, then Hindustan Unilever, then Reliance, and so on. And these are the closing value for each day since 2nd of January 2014 to till the 27th of June 2025. So in this way, you can see here we have a closing value for each day from the last 10 years. Alright, now I want to group these data according to their year. Like all the record which comes in 2014 in place into one group, then all the record which comes in 2015 place into another group, and so on. Why we need the grouping of data here? Because the idea is like, okay, because the idea is like first, okay, because the idea is like first we, because the idea is like first we create a separate group for each year and then take out the last record from each group. As you can see, this is the last record from year 2014. Then this is the last record for each stock for the year 2015, then 2016, and so on. Why we need the last record from each year? Because by comparing these two values, we easily get the percentage change for the year 2015. In the same way, by comparing these two values, we get the percentage change for the year 2016. Then for 2017, we need to compare these two values to find out the percentage change. Okay, and we do same calculation for rest of the stock. So let me write the code for it so that it will make more sense to you. So let me write like yearly prices equals to stock DF, and to group the data I am going to use resample method and then pass this YE value. YE stand for year end value, which will group the data by each calendar year using the last date of the year. What it will do, for example, it will take the last value for year 2014 to last value for 2015 and create a one group, and then last date from 2015 to 2016 it will create another group, and so on. After creating these group, it will put the data which come between these date. In the same way, all the record between these date will come into this group. I hope now you get the use of this resample method here. After grouping the data, we need to take out the last record. So let me write here dot last. Now let me run this line of code and let me open this yearly prices. So here you can see we have created a separate group for each year and then take out the last value from each group. Like this is the last record from 2014, then this one is the last record for year 2015, then 16, and so on. Why we need the last value for each group? Because by comparing these two values, we can easily get the percentage change for the year 2015, because the difference between these two dates is 1 year. So that by comparing these two values, we can easily get the percentage change for the year 2015. In the same way, by comparing these two values, we can easily get the percentage change for year 2016. Then by comparing these two values, we get the percentage change for 2017, and so on. Okay, so let me write a code for this. So for this, I am going to write like yearly return equals to yearly price. And then to calculate the percentage change, I am going to use direct Python method as PCT change. Okay, and then multiply it with 100. All right, now let's round off these value. So yearly return equals to, and then round off with the two decimal places. Now let me run these two line of code, and this time you will get a percentage change for each year. As you can see, Nifty has given -4% of return in 2015, then 3% in 2017, in 2016, then in 2017 it has given 28.6%. Okay, in the same way you can see the percentage change for all the, okay, for rest of the stock. How we get this percentage change? So I am using this simple method PCT change, then multiply it with 100. All right, now let me expand it. Now I want to add one row here which shows the total return over the past 10 years for each stock. So to add a new row here, let me write like yearly return dot log. Then I want to add a new row as total. And then to calculate the total return, we simply add these values. So let me write like sum and then pass numeric only equals to true. What it will do? It will take only numeric column from this data frame and add the respective value. Okay, as you can see, these are the numeric value. So it will add all these record, and this date column is a non-numeric, so it will ignore it. Okay, now let me run this line of code. As you can see here, this time we have a new row as total, which shows the total return over the past 10 years. Like Nifty has given 123% of return in the past 10 years. Then this HDFC Bank has given 171%. Then this Hindalco has given 251% and so on. Now I am going to add one more row here as CAGR because CAGR gives us the annually return with the compounded value. Let me show you first. Whatever we have shown here, these are the simple value for each individual year. But when it comes to our investment, we need to find out yearly growth of our investment, assuming the profit are reinvested. CAGR tells us how much our investment grow every year on an average with the compounding. And if you see this value, like Nifty has given -4% of return in 2015, then 3%, then 28%, then 3%. So to smooth out this volatility, this CAGR is also help to smooth out volatility and give a clear picture of average return over the year. There is a formula to calculate the CAGR, like CAGR equals to final value divided by starting value to the power of 1 by n minus 1. This part of the formula calculate the nth root, which are effectively annualizing the growth. And this minus 1 is to express the growth as a rate. Like if I have invested 1 lakh rupees for the past 3 years and now my investment become to 1.5 lakh, then we have a CAGR of 14.47%, which means my money grew up by 14.47% per year on an average. Now let's implement this formula to calculate the CAGR. First, we need to define our start prices. For this, I am going to use this yearly prices and take out the very first row from this data frame. As you can see, the very first row will become our start price for each column. And then to take out this row, let me give here log, okay, and then this date, which is 31st of December 2014. Okay. In the same way, to calculate the end prices, we need to take out this value. Why we are saying here 31st of December? Because while grouping our data, we have used this year end value. Hence, it will take the latest record as last of year, okay, which shows as 31st of December 2025. But in actually, this value is from 27th of June 2025. Now this row become our end prices, and to extract it, let me write like 2025, then 31st of December. All right. Now let me implement the CAGR formula. So CAGR equals to first end price divided by starting price. Okay, and then to the root of 1 by 10, because we are going to calculate CAGR for past 10 years. That is why I have mentioned here 1 by 10. And then this minus 1. Now to convert it into percentage, let me multiply it with 100. Okay, let me close this bracket. All right, now let's round off this CAGR value till the 2 decimal places. Now I want to display this CAGR as a new row. So let me write like yearly return dot log, then CAGR equals to CAGR. All right, now let me run this line of code to calculate the CAGR. And you can see here in our yearly return data frame, Now we have one more row as CAGR. As you can see, Nifty has a CAGR value 11.96. Then this HDFC Bank has given 16.53% return, which means if I have invested X value in 2015, then my investment will grow with the rate of 11.96% every year. In the same way, we can find the CAGR for rest of the stocks. I hope you get these analyses here on the historical data. Now let's wrap up this video. What we have seen here, let me quickly summarize it. First, we get the historical data for all these stocks. Then we calculate the percentage change for each year. And then we have calculated the CAGR over the past 10 years. So in this way, you can perform more analysis and add more parameter here. Alright, now let's wrap up this video. I hope you understood this code. If you have any problem in any line of code, please mention in the comment box. I will try to resolve it. If you found this video helpful, please hit a like button. If you want to search analysis in future, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Algovritti. If you want to know more about us, you can visit on algovritti.com. Or if you have anything for us, like if you want to perform any analysis on historical data, or you want to avail our services, then you can write us an email at algovritti@gmail.com. You can join this Dailygram also to connect with us. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.